So join your palms at the center of the chest, taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. If you want to join me with an Om and you feel comfortable, you can Om with me. If not, just enjoy the sound. Take a deep inhale. Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Punatu Sahaviryam Kadavavai Tejasvinavadi Tamastu Mahim Vishavai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Releasing your palms, opening your eyes, taking a deep inhalation as you extend your arms overhead. Give yourself a full body stretching here. And on the exhale, bring your hands, your fingertips towards your shoulders. And we start rotating those shoulders towards the front. 2, 3, 4. Big circles. 5, 6, 7, and 8. We join the elbows together. If they can touch in front of our face, that's perfect. If not, we just try to join them as much as we can. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. Last one, deep inhale. And long exhale. And your next thing, sitting back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We try to join those elbows towards the back, joining the shoulder blades, opening the chest, opening those collarbones. Take a deep breath in here. Full exhale. One more. And on the exhale, we release the hands towards our sides. If we're sitting on a block or a cushion, just bring that out and extend your legs towards the side, keeping a nice V shape on your legs. We're gonna bring the right foot on the inside of the left thigh, keeping the heel towards the pubic bone. Take a deep inhale as you raise your hands overhead, and on the exhale, we release the left palm towards our shin, and we start opening our side body, reaching the hand towards the left-hand side. If this is too much for the shoulder in here, if this is too much extension, maybe we can bring the hand to the hip, trying to keep the shoulder rotating back, opening the chest towards the ceiling. Maybe hand to the hip or to the lower back. Take a deep inhale. Long breath out. If the neck allows, start looking towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And long exhale. Inhale, so coming back to center, reaching overhead. And on the exhale, we start bringing the left hand to the right side. Finding your twist. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. One more. And on the exhale, we start coming back to center. Reach your hands overhead, interlacing your fingers, turning your palms towards the ceiling, and we start leaning forward towards the center. Keeping the navel coming in, the spine long. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. Just hovering from the floor. The hands don't actually touch the ground. Keep your spine long and reaching forward. Take one more breath. And a long exhale. On your inhales are coming back to center and release your hands to the side. Let's change that leg, extending the right leg towards the side, 45-degree angles, and bring in the left foot on the inner thigh. Take a deep breath in as we reach up, and on the exhale, we release the right palm towards the shin. And again, we start finding a little bit of length on our spine, opening the side body. Again, if this is not an option, if it's not accessible, keep your hand on your hip, opening the chest. Take one more breath. Exhale it out. Let's do one more. And on the exhale, we start coming back to center, reaching the hands overhead. And on the exhale, we find a twist towards the left hand side. Keeping the chest open, both sit bones on the floor, the spine tall. Take one more breath. And long exhale. Let's do that again. Deep inhale. And on the exhale, we start coming back to center. Bring the hands overhead and interlace again. Start pointing your palms forward, extending the spine, keeping the navel coming in. Take one more inhale here. Full breath out. Last one, deep inhale. Exhale it out. Inhale, so coming back to center, releasing your hands to your sides, bringing the knees into the chest, giving them a little squeeze. And on the exhale, we release the palms on the ground. We press those palms on the floor, the knees underneath the hips, the hands underneath the shoulders, coming to your tabletop. As you take a deep inhale, we open the chest, we arch the back. And on the exhale, we push the ground away, rounding the spine. Take a deep inhale as you open the chest. Maybe point the nose towards the ceiling. Exhale, release, round the spine. Take a deep inhale as you open the chest, tailbone comes up. And on the exhale, we round the spine, chin tuck, tailbone in. Last one, deep inhale, open your chest. And on the exhale, we round that spine. On your next inhale, start coming back to center, tucking the toes, hovering the knees from the floor, pressing the hands on the ground. Take a deep inhale, activating those core muscles. Long breath. One more. And on the exhale, we start bringing the hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. We take a moment here to make a pause, to pedal the feet, to press the hands evenly on the floor. Make sure your index knuckle is pressing as well on the ground. Take a breath. And a full breath out. Last one, deep inhale. Empty it out. On your next inhale, bring your heels up, bend the knee, walk all the way to the top of the mat. Long spine, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, softening the knees. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands by your sides. Bring your hands at the center of the chest. Let's do a Surya Namaskar here. Roll the shoulders back. Take a deep inhale as you raise your hands overhead. And on the exhale, we fold forward. Plant those hands on the ground. Step the right foot back. The knee comes down. Keep your fingertips on the floor. Keep the hips coming down. The knee is above the heel. Open your chest. Find Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Take one more breath here. Full breath out. Plant those hands on the floor. Step back to downward facing dog, or as we call this position in Hatha Yoga, Parvatasana, with feet together, hips up. Take a breath. Empty it out. At the end of the exhalation, drop the knees, bend the chest and the chin to the floor, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, roll up cobra. Exhale, push back, Parvatasana. On your next inhale, step the right foot in between the hands. The back knee comes down. Open the chest. Try to keep the fingertips on the floor. If they don't come to the floor, maybe roll your shoulders back and keep your palms facing forward with the fingers pointing down. Take a breath. And out. Last one, inhale. And on the exhale, we plant those hands on the mat, step forward and fold. Inhale, come all the way up, softening those knees. And on the exhale, we bring the hands to the heart center. Let's do that again, second side. Deep inhale, raise your hands. Exhale to fold. Plant your hands, step the left foot back, the knee comes down, Anjaneyasana. Maybe the fingertips on the floor, or again, palms facing up, facing forward. Take a breath. And out. Plant those hands on the floor, step back, Parvatasana, feet together. Take a deep breath in here. Full exhale. At the end of your exhalation, drop the knees, then the chest and the chin towards the floor, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, roll up Cobra. Exhale, push back, Parvatasana. On your next inhale, step the left foot in between the hands, the back knee comes down, open your chest, Anjaneyasana. Take a breath, empty it out. Last one, deep inhale. And on the exhale, we plant those hands on the floor, step forward and fold. Inhale, come all the way up, softening those knees. And on the exhale, we bring the hands to the center of the chest. Take a moment here to breathe, to feel your heartbeat. As you take a deep inhale, raise your hands overhead. And on the exhale, maybe you stay here, or maybe you wrap your wrist with your right hand and start leaning towards the right hand side. Trying to keep your chest open. Separate your feet if it's necessary. Take a breath. And long exhale. Last one, deep inhale. And on the exhale, we start coming back to center. Let's go towards the other side. Reach up and change hands. Bring your hand to your right wrist this time, and we start leaning towards the left hand side. We open again the rib cage. Take a breath here. Full breath out. Inhale to start coming back to center. And on the exhale, we fold forward. We find a long spine. Maybe the hands come to the shin. And on the exhale, we plant those hands on the floor, stepping back to our plank. Bringing the knees down, finding all the way to the ground. Pressing the hands on the floor or finding Tribhujangasana. Take a deep inhale, open your chest. Exhale to release to the ground. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, lower back down. Last one, deep inhale, open your chest. Exhale, coming back down, tucking the toes, pressing your hands from the ground, shifting the hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. This time the feet are hip distance apart. Take a moment here to say yes with your head, to move your neck gently and say no with your head. Take a deep breath in as you reach your right leg up and back. Exhale, plant that foot in between the hands. The back heel comes down, not in 90-degree angle, and we find our warrior two. The hands come towards the side, then the front leg bend, heel to heel alignment, more or less, or heel to arch if you prefer. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath. Inhale to reverse your warrior, bringing your left hand to your back leg. Exhale to come back down. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to come back towards you. Last one, reverse. Inhale. Stay here. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you connect again your hand to your wrist, and we pull a little bit more. Take a breath. Keep lunging on your front leg. Long breath. Start coming back to center, back to warrior two. Give that front leg a break, straight that leg, hinge forward. As you lower the right hand to your shin, finding Trikonasana. Your top hand can go towards the sky or can stay on your hips, on your lower back, or find a half bind. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath. One more. Long exhale. Micro, when that front leg start coming back to warrior two, bringing your forearm to the thigh, extending the arm overhead, maybe find an extended side angle. Parsvakonasana, take a deep inhale, the chest keeps rotating forward and up. And long exhale. Last one, deep inhale. And on the exhale, we plant those hands on the ground. We step back to our plank. With knees or toes, we lower down. Find your back bend. Exhale, push back, coming to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reach your left leg up and back. Exhale to plant that foot in between the hands, setting up for warrior two. The back heel comes to the ground. The arms come towards the sides and they reach towards the sides. Take a breath here. Full breath out. Strong warrior. Lunging on your legs. Take one more breath. Empty it out. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to come back to warrior two. Let's do that two more times. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, deep inhale, reverse. And we stay. Maybe we stay here, or again, we catch that wrist with the hand. Keep on lunging on the front leg. Take a deep inhale here. And we feel that stretch from the hip all the way to the fingertips. Take one more breath. And on the exhale, we release back to warrior two. We give that front leg a break. We hinge forward. Finding Trikonasana, second side. The hand can come to your hip or again towards the sky. Trying to keep the chest open. This is a nice release as well for the lower back for those of us who sit too much or even all day. This is a nice posture to practice even every once in a while when we have been sitting all day long. Take one more breath. Empty it out. Start bending your front leg. Start coming back to warrior two. Bringing your forearm to your thigh. Opening. Again, extended side angle. Maybe you reach your hand towards the front. Or again, if your shoulders are too tired, you keep your hand on your hip. And you open your chest. Take a breath. And down. Start coming back to center, plant those hands on the floor. Step back to your plank. With knees or toes, we lower down. We find our back bend. Exhale to push back, coming to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. Last one, deep inhale. Exhaling it out, let it go. Start walking your hands towards your feet. Bringing your hands to your opposite elbows and letting the torso hang in here. Maybe when we find a gentle sway. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. As you start feeling ready, releasing your palms to the floor, start walking back to down dog. Take a deep breath in as you reach your right leg up and back. Exhale to plant that foot in between the hands. Again, warrior two, we bring the heel down and we windmill the arms to our warrior two position. And our next inhale, we're gonna bring the hand to the side, the forearm to the side, and again, we find extended side angle. We know where we're going here, so we can stay. Maybe we bring the hand to the hip. We can stay in this position. This is great, as long as the torso is rotating towards the side and bringing the chest kind of up. You're doing great, all right? If you want to explore a little bit more, maybe start walking the back foot forward, maybe heel to the back foot forward, until we find that the weight is all in our front leg. Maybe the hand comes to the floor, or if you have a book, a thick book available, or your block there, you bring your hand to your block, keeping the other hand on the hip. Take a deep inhale as you transfer all your weight on your front leg and start lifting the back leg. Trying to keep the torso towards the side and trying to stack the hips. Take a deep breath in here. And here, with practice, with a little bit of balance, maybe we find that the lower hand can hover from the ground. If the balance is good, maybe the other hand comes up towards the ceiling. Take a breath. Long breath. Start bending your standing leg, slowly, slowly reaching back, finding warrior two. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we windmill those hands, plant those hands on the floor, find a vinyasa or your downward facing dog. That's up to you. It's your practice. Honor your body. Take a breath. Empty it out. And your next inhale, bring your left leg up and back. Exhaling, planting that foot in between the hands. The back heel comes down, opening to warrior two. Again, we know where we're going. If we use the block or a book or whatever we use, even a chair, it's a great problem here. We find our warrior two. We find extended side angle, bringing the forearm to the side, and again, opening the chest towards the side, bringing your hand to your hip. Maybe you stay here, this is great. You're all doing great. Or maybe you start walking your back foot closer. And again, the weight starts feeling more on the front leg. Releasing the hand to your book or block or the floor. And again, lifting the back leg off the ground, floating half moon posture. Ardha Chandrasana. Take a deep breath in here. Long exhale. Last one. And on the exhale, bending the standing leg, start releasing back to the ground, finding the warrior two. And on the exhale, we windmill those hands, step back to your plank. With knees or toes, we lower down. Find your back bend. And on the exhale, we push back, coming to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your heel up, bend the knee, down, step or walk to your feet. And we release. All right. So after a little bit of movement, we will find finally a little bit of stillness, and we can concentrate on our postures that are a little bit more juicy, and we will hold them a little bit more for more time. Okay, so we're gonna extend again the legs towards the side, finding a V shape, 45-degree angle each leg, bringing your right foot in to the inner thigh. Okay, so this is the pose that is similar to the one we did at the beginning. only that we're gonna lean towards the right hand side, start bending the straight leg, bringing the heel towards the sit bone. So if this is uncomfortable on your knee, please avoid it at all costs. If this is your knee is yelling, just keep your legs straight. Okay? If you find this is not so uncomfortable, but it could be more comfortable, option to bring either a blanket or a cushion underneath your hips so they are a little bit more lifted and you give a little bit more space to your knees. Okay, important that your toes and your shoelaces are touching the ground in here to protect your knees. All right? Take a deep inhale as you raise your hands overhead, and on the exhale, we twist towards the right hand side, opening the chest, bringing the left hand to your right thigh. We take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, we start shifting our gaze towards the left shoulder. In a nice gentle twist to your neck as well. Take a breath. And take it out. Your next inhale, start coming back to center. And on the exhale, we plant those hands forward. Remember that if you are with your legs extended, it's the same thing. You bring your hands to the ground or to the block, whatever that's accessible, and maybe we start walking the hands, walking, until we find a nice position in here just to stay leaning forward, trying to keep the spine long, okay? And we just arrive in this posture. If you need to put up, as I said, blocks, boots, even bolster, and the chair, that works as well. I actually have a chair that I can demonstrate with here. So that would work as well for you if you find that the floor is too low for you. A nice chair is a great option as well. And you can rest your arms and even bring your forehead to your hands or the chair as well. Just trying to keep the spine long. And concentrating on your breath. If there is any part of your body that feels that the stress is intense, because it can be intense, try to send the breath towards that part of the body that you're working on and trying to release. Let's stay here for 3 more breaths. Whenever you're ready, start pressing your hands on the floor, start coming back up. If your leg is still bent, again, the same thing. You start leaning towards the right hand side so we can release the foot, extending the leg, extending the other leg towards this side, giving it a shake. To allow the blood flow again freely. And again, we go to the other side. We bring the left foot on the inside of the thigh. And again, explore that possibility, leaning towards the left-hand side, exaggerating this movement if you want, and bringing the heel towards your sit bones. Again, accommodate your practice. If you need to keep your leg straight or bring some kind of support underneath your hips, that's perfect. Take a deep breath in as you raise your hands, and on the exhale, we twist towards the left hand side. Bring the chest open, And as we exhale, we start bringing our gaze towards our right shoulder. Nice stretch for the neck as well. Take a breath here. Full breath. One more. And the longest. The next inhale, start coming back to center in. Again, we find a forward fold. If you wish to bring your hands up so we extend the spine, you can. And on the exhale, we start folding forward towards the center. Again, supporting yourself with props. If you have a lot of space there, you are welcome to bring your forearms or even resting the forehead on the ground. So that will depend on how much space and comfort you feel in every stage of the pose. And you will start noticing as soon as we stay here a few breaths, we allow the hips to open. Um, we will start noticing that at some point, if our props are too high, or we even need maybe two blocks instead of just one or three or four, or the chair, we will find at some point that it's getting kind of too comfortable and we want a little bit more, and we will explore the possibility of lowering the height of our props if that's the case. If you're feeling comfortable where you arrive, that's also part of your practice, part of your choice, and listen to your body and make sure you protect your body as much as you can. Let's take three more breaths in here. And as soon as you start feeling ready, pressing the palms on the floor. Again, if your leg is still bent, leaning towards your left hand side, releasing first your bent leg and release the other leg, giving it a shake. And as we feel ready, we start finding our reclined position on our um, letting ourselves our back rest on the mat. The feet are on the ground as well, a distance apart, or even a little bit wider, bringing the knees towards each other, bringing one hand to your heart, the other hand to your belly. Just allowing yourself for a few breaths to feel the movement of your hands as you let the air come in and out. So noticing here if your hand that is on the chest raises up before the hand that's on your belly or vice versa. You start noticing which of your hands is coming up first. And as you notice that movement, maybe start trying to keep both hands coming up at the same time. It's not an easy task. This is how we learn how to control the intake of the breath and how we distribute it in our system. This will help us. Watching the breath is always helpful to keep us calm. Whenever you feel ready, start bringing your knees into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, maybe even rocking side to side, giving a gentle massage to your lower back. As we start engaging all the muscles in our body, from the eyebrows to the toes, maybe we bring the nose closer to the knee, engaging the feet, legs, arms, hands, fists, face. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Release to your mat, finding your final relaxation posture, keeping your hands open towards the sky in a posture of receiving, letting your toes come towards your sides and your chest open. Letting yourself rest on the ground, allowing the ground to support you for the next few minutes, allowing the ground to entirely support your body. You don't have to carry it right now. Letting yourself fully rest and relax every muscle. You start noticing any tension on some parts of your body, so bring in a little bit of breath and releasing those parts of your body that feel a little bit tense. Letting yourself rest in Shavasana or Shiva. Om Bhurbhuvaha Swaha Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimami Iyo Yona Prachodayam Om Bhurbhuvaha Swaha Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimami Iyo Yona Prachodayam Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you need. If you're ready to invite some movement on your body, maybe start by taking a deep inhalation first and a long exhalation out. As you start inviting some movement on your hands and on your feet, finding your way to your fetal position on the right hand side. Taking your time, filling your practice with energy. You start feeling ready, coming back to your seated position with eyes closed, Hansinandeli Mudra as a heart space. Taking a moment, find gratitude for your practice, for your breath and your movement, for this opportunity that we have to practice with each other and in the distance. Bring your thumb to the center of the eyebrows, pressing gently your thumbs against your center of the eyebrows, activating your third eye. Bringing your thumbs to your lips and to the heart space. Thank you so much for your energies, for joining me and letting me guide you in this practice. I hope to see you next time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. And as I said, if you have any questions, if you have something that you would like to ask, please don't hesitate on contacting